Welcome back to the Center Podcast. I'm your host, Victor, along with my co-host, Mark.
You?
How you doing, sir? How you feeling?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Another week, another day of living, another week closer to our trip, to our romance trip. What's new with you, man? See anything interesting this week?
Nothing much work, and then this weekend there was just a lot of stuff going on. As far as with my girlfriend, we went to this place on Friday. Always like, not sure exactly what it's called, but it's the Outer Worlds place that just opened up. Yeah, pretty cool, just to kind of go in there and try to it's weird, but then just also cool at the same time. There's different rooms and just kind of different, I guess, experiences. I really wouldn't know exactly what to call it, but you're just going to different rooms, seeing a bunch of weird stuff. But at the same time, you're just really cool with it and just vibing about what's like just around you.
It's an exhibit.
Exactly, yeah. So it was pretty cool, We walked around and just saw some stuff. And then after that, this weekend also, was it Saturday? I believe Saturday, Saturday I went to Franklin Institute and went to the Disney exhibit thing that they had. That was pretty cool too. Just kind of seeing how things started up and whatnot.
You see his frozen head?
I did not see his frozen head.
Yeah.
Didn't know if that was there.
We're
I
both.
didn't see it. I walked through that. I would definitely say it wasn't. I wish it was more interactive, I guess. It was kind of you just really just walking through history, I would say. But, pretty cool at the same time.
As museums are.
Yeah, just, I guess. The reason why I say that is because when they had the Harry Potter thing, it was a little bit more interactive where they gave you like a wristband and you can already Yeah. They told you to do that. But yeah, you would like go and use the wristband to just kind of like interact with stuff. You get to pick like what house you want to be a part of and everything. So I was like, I don't really know how they could do it with this, but they could have did something a little bit more, I guess, like interactive. So I thought that's what it was going to be, but it wasn't. But all in all, it was still pretty cool. And then after that, I got Indian food. Yeah,
Cool.
Really
Indian food.
enjoyed that because I haven't had it in a while.
Since we went.
I had it after that at this place on Girard called Ekta, I think, whatever. Really overrated and overpriced, and it just wasn't that great. So I would consider the last time we went as the last time we really got it. But yeah, I went to the place around, can't remember, kind of near Penn's Landing in a sense, I would say, but it's called Karma, and yeah, that place was good. Really wasn't what I expected though, because I went in there and I was expecting kind of like a big restaurant. Although Emily went there before me one time before, and she said that it was small, but I don't know. In my head, I was expecting something kind of like a little bit more crazy.
Down.
No, it was sit down, but it was a little bit more. I was expecting a little bit more, I guess, just the atmosphere a little bit more, I guess, better. Not saying what it wasn't, but it was just.
You expected more.
Exactly. When I went in there, it was just like really just kind of like small, and it was just a couple tables, but they had really fire artwork hanging on the wall and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But it just wasn't what I expected, I guess, because I saw people post about it on Instagram. So I thought it was going to be this crazy like place that everybody goes to.
How they good shit.
Yeah. But I mean, there was a lot of people that were waiting after we went, and whatnot. But I was just like expecting, I guess, like a bigger place. I thought this kind of establishment was. Really good food. Enjoyed it. Yeah. And then Sunday, there was a festival on 2nd Street and just went there, walked a little bit, and that was about it, really. And besides that, yeah, that was the weekend. How about you?
Well, I was chilling. I spent to be honest, the last 2 weeks just straight working just because one of my coworkers, who I usually alternate shifts with, he went on vacation. So I've just been covering while he's been gone. But then Friday I went to the Phillies game and that was cool. We lost, but it's all good. One of our players was going through it, so everybody was in agreement. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a Twitter video of a guy who was he's really fucking struggling. He's supposed to be one of our best players. We paid him a lot of money, $300 million, and he's been having a terrible month. And you could tell it's not even that he's bad. You could tell that it's literally mentally he's fucking up. Because it'll be stuff that anybody can do that he's just fucking up on. He's second guessing himself. And we kept giving him a hard time about it, but then we're that's not working. Maybe we should
Let's be nice, guys.
Literally what the video said was when he comes up to bat every time, stand up and cheer for him or whatever, give him a standing ovation. And ended up working. He actually got his first hit in fucking a week and a half. And then the game after that, he had a 3-run home run, and then he just had a good series overall to the point where he got a billboard in Philly and said thank you.
So, it's all it takes,
Yeah. His mom was crying.
See, you can't expect that in any other sport.
Yeah.
Football, you're not gonna get it. Basketball, you're really not gonna get it.
So yeah, we showed love as much as y'all say that we're terrible people. Got some food, got a dog, got a glizzy, got a pretzel. Nice. Got a overpriced soda that it tastes good and you get refills.
Overpriced as in so
it's stadium food. Okay. Yeah,
I didn't know if it was like a bottled soda or was it actually like cup like fountain.
Either way, it's overpriced.
Yeah, that's why I was asking because I'm like I don't know.
Yeah, even water's overpriced in there.
That's true, and it'd be Dasani too. Which is the worst part.
But Philly Stadium they be having this Dasani, but they have like Smart Water and like one other option I think. So they broaden their horizons a little bit.
They're like, if you don't want this shitty water, we're gonna pay an extra $5.
Yeah,
get the better one.
So it is what it is. Yeah, that was pretty much like the only thing that like stood out. I was supposed to go 2 weeks before, but then it got rained out. I don't know if I mentioned this, and then it got pushed back because of rain. And then like 15 minutes before they were like, "Oh, we're gonna start it now," but like everybody was home, so like yeah, like we're not gonna make it in time. So he emailed me, was like, "Yo, like our bad, like here's these free tickets." And that's what
started hitting your personal phone.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro,
like, yo, where were you at? We missed you, bro. Like,
just don't worry about the rain next time, you know?
But the tickets I initially bought were like better and they gave me like nosebleeds. So we just like, I don't know if you, last time you've been there, but there's like little tables and like seats at the bottom level that you can sit at as long as you can find a seat. It's where you walk around the concourse. It's like where you're walking around, but it's right where they ask for your ticket, right there's tables and stools and shit. So instead of going all the way to the fucking top, we just stood there the whole time and watched the game, which is like way better. And now we're like, yo, if we ever want to go to a game, we can just buy the cheapest fucking ticket and just go chill down there. The bathroom's there. You don't gotta tell people excuse me every time you get up. Like,
yeah, I would do that shit.
And if it's shitty, if it's too damn hot out, or if it's raining, you're under the shade.
Yeah.
And you see the whole shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was like, it's not a bad idea. You just gotta make sure you get a seat. Yeah. But yeah. That was pretty much for the most part. What I really want to mention, though, I don't know if you have anything else you want to add.
No, I mean, I was going to bring up something as far as like a story or, news related.
Maybe it's the same one. Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah. But I sent it to you guys in the group chat like 1 or 2 days ago. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. It was a 3-part series of what happened in Alabama the other day.
Okay, so that was the other thing I was going to There's 2 different stories, but that was one of them I was going to bring up.
Have you seen it all?
I haven't seen it all, but I did see some of the extended cut.
So for y'all that don't know yet, at least, or I don't know how, I believe it was Montgomery, Alabama. I know for a fact it was Alabama.
Yeah, I think it was Montgomery.
There was a situation where there was like a ferry boat, I guess is the right way to call it.
Which is very surprising. I would like to go on a ferry boat because, you don't have those around that much.
Yeah, I mean, they still do that down there just because
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
History, especially like Louisiana, like places like that. But yeah, there was a ferry boat and obviously they had workers and they was giving out tours to people that were visiting and, just usual touristy shit. There was like, I guess, a personal boat of like a family or friends or whatever that were docked where the ferry boats usually park and they weren't supposed to be there. They were told they weren't supposed to be there, but they did it anyway. They were a little intoxicated and they were that color. So yeah, that happened. And one of the workers on the boat was like, yo, like I'm gonna go over there and talk to them because we told them. They still didn't listen, but like we can't dock the boat and let this boat fill of probably at least 100-something people off until you guys move. Like, just don't be a dick. Went over there. They were drunk, and I guess they just escalated. I know for a fact the guy was probably like, hey guys, like, can you just please move the boat? And then those guys were just like, fuck off. And it just escalated to the point where they swung on the worker and he was getting jumped by 8 guys.
It wasn't the guy that they were jumping, African American.
Yes. 100%.
I just want to mention that. In Alabama.
Yeah. So that happened. He was getting beat up and then people saw it and were like, yo, like that's fucked up. Let me hop in. And then it just turned into, sorry to say it, a fucking race war at this point. Because every black person in 100-mile radius pulled up to whoop their ass.
But you know what? As I was watching that, I'm like, it made me happy. I was like, this is what I expect when I see one minority getting jumped. I expect later on just a freaking like herd of people just coming right
Just
after.
ready to go, ready to fight for their people.
That was great.
It was a good moment. Like, yeah, like some people recorded, but some people was about that action.
Yeah.
So much so that a man that was in the ferry boat that the guy was working on jumped off and swam. You see the other perspective. The swim is far as fuck. So
Man's when Michael Phelps.
So hold up. So he was not only breaking racial stereotypes, but he made it across to whoop some ass, fully soaked like Aquaman.
Yeah. Do the butterfly right over there.
He got there quicker than most of the group that was there, and just started whooping ass. Like it was just an immediate like, yo, like it's still 8v2, and he was still just holding it down.
It didn't matter.
And they didn't want the smoke no more.
Yeah.
And then the numbers just kept growing, like the Avengers Endgame, like the fucking Doctor Strange portals just started opening up, and it just got better and better. And then I don't know if you saw it in the Snyder cut, but in the one that I sent, you could see like different people's perspective. And one guy was just going like an older guy, he was throwing hands. Then he got a hold of a chair. Did you see that part?
Yeah, that I saw.
He started knocking.
It was just right at the end, and it was just like
men and women out.
Yeah.
And he got arrested. And then it was if you watched the original video, I don't know if it's in the video that you saw, but like there was this one buff dude, like big husky dude, was just knocking women out. Like he was just taking this opportunity to just get hands on anybody. Like this one same girl, I'm gonna show. If I can show you later, I'll show you like where I was focusing on because it caught my attention.
That's so funny.
Because she was like trying to separate it, and then she just got like rocked by this one girl. Then she got up, and this one boy just rocked her again. And then
What you doing up?
Yeah. And then these two girls started jumping her again, and they threw her in the water. So it just kept getting progressively worse.
They her out.
And then obviously they started doubling back. It's like, no, like we did. And then they just got rocked, and they started fighting. Then they tried running and getting hit. It was just everybody was a part of it. And then they got bystanders talking to the police. It was like they shouldn't even be arresting him because he was just doing his job. And the policeman was like, yeah, man, we're gonna take care of it. Don't worry about it. And they were cool until they started bringing out chairs. Then everybody started getting arrested. Like, all right, now you're using what you might kill somebody
Turned
with
into
that.
Avengers to WWE.
Yeah.
Get the chair right under the ring.
Yeah, it was real bad. Yeah. Any thoughts? Anything you want to add to that story?
I mean, yeah, just after watching, like I said, I think so when I saw the Snyder cut, you saw in the beginning before it kind of really got crazy, they were there, the white people there on their boat, they're just standing there. And then it was the woman also on the boat too. Yeah, then a couple people came over, they were just riding. I just thought it was funny because like you could tell like the white people weren't expecting it to get that crazy.
Yeah.
And
they're like, oh, this is one guy.
Yeah, and then they all came over and they were just like getting in their face. And next thing you know, I just saw a punch just get thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know you couldn't really tell, but I don't know if the white guy ate it, but he was still standing. But I knew it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He was about to go
second guessing his life
decisions.
decisions.
He was like, damn, I would like, bro, it's really just move the boat a couple inches up, like. It's like if you were to park inside a bus zone where you're supposed to pull. Like,
yeah.
Just move over a little bit,
Like you were being an asshole just for the sake of being an asshole.
Exactly.
There's all that water, all that area. Y'all know?
We already deal with shit on the surface when it comes to cars.
Yeah.
Like you really had to be an asshole in water too. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna take my problem also to the water. So he did that and then decided to not move. And then look, you got hands thrown, chairs thrown. I think it had to be done.
Yeah. Shit was wild though.
What other place in Alabama? I think that's the best place to do it because down there, they think they got it down with their color. Gotta be showing them.
But yeah, man. And then the internet's always undefeated because they got jokes out the ass. So I was gonna tell my kids this was the Boston Tea Party. So and then there was just like somebody edited the Doctor Strange circles of people popping up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with all of it though. I think it should have happened.
Could have been prevented. They just turned it into this weird thing. They could have just been, all right, man, got you. And y'all could have just moved. I mean, one of you were supposed to be there, period, but you could have just moved, and then when they left, moved back there.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
They wanted problems. They wanted smoke. They got it.
The more you fuck around, the more you find out. Those lines intercross every time.
Exactly. And I guess they didn't expect the whole boat to be filled with colored people. Definitely was.
Either way, it wasn't even people on the boat. It was just people that were like around the area that
eventually, the other people came in. They saw the bat signal. It's like, we over I saw that one meme. I saw that one meme where it was the bull who had the hat. He threw it up, and it was like after that they were like it was Bobby Smurda, like the Bobby Smurda hat. I was like, oh shit!
Use it to call everybody.
Yeah, everybody was like, what? Y'all saw that? All right, we over there.
Somebody said it. He was like, I'm gonna just call this man Jiraiya, the way he just threw that hat up and summoned all these black people to come help him out.
Summoning. Yeah, man.
Imagine people just like bit his thumb, just
all this smoke just comes out of nowhere.
shadow clones.
Shit, bro, I'd be scared too if I was them. I would have gotten the boat and left at that point. I'm like, nah, I ain't dealing with this.
Yeah, that's fine. And then I sent in the group chat too, like the fight that happened at that baseball game the other day.
Baseball, I feel like I've seen that.
It was like against the Cleveland Guardians and the Chicago White Sox. Bull slid into second base, and like the way the guy that was defending second base basically knocked the guy's helmet off, and like the way he did the play, it like is the way you're not supposed to do it, and two, it could cause injury. So the guy was okay, but he knocked his helmet off. He got up, was like, "Yo, like be careful, like you almost fucked my shit up." And then I don't know what was said after that, but the guy just took that as like, yo, like, fuck out of here, whatever. And then he just dropped his gloves. I'm like, come on, let's go. Bull was already about it. He threw like 3 punches, missed. Bull, the Guardians just like ducked all that and without even looking, just threw a hook and just dropped them. And then they just announced that the guy who got knocked out is suspended 6 games, and the guy who knocked him out suspended 3 games.
Okay, good. I like those. I was about to say, I'll be really messed up if it was the other way around, because it's
because he didn't live for it. And
exactly.
He spoke afterwards. He's like, yo, like that player in particular has been acting that way for a while, and he noticed it, and then he was just like, yo, like he says like you can get people hurt that way. Like this is my job. Like,
so the person who was throwing the punches, he was the one who did the thing that he wasn't supposed to do.
The guy who started the fight, yeah.
Gotcha.
Because they both threw punches. One of them just didn't land.
I just wasn't sure exactly who was the one who was in the wrong. That's why I was like trying to figure out. Because then I'm like, okay, it makes more sense if he was the one to go and try to throw punches and whatnot. But that's just weird, You did the thing and then got upset.
He did the thing. Guy was just like, yo, be careful. Like that's not how you do that.
That's all it is.
It's like in football, like a helmet to helmet type of thing. Like you just don't do those things that can cause injury. And the guy was like, he just wanted violence. And then he dropped his gloves and was like, let's go. And still got his shit rocked.
Let's all calm down, people.
Let's calm down and turn it off.
Yeah, so, that's kind of wild to hear, And then you get dropped. At that point, I'm like, if you ever come up to bat, what was he? He was just, is he just like a batter?
So yeah, he had hit the ball and it went out to the outfield, but he was almost about to get doubled. He slid into second base. The guy was standing over the base and like blocking him basically, so he knocked his helmet off and everything. Fucked his shit up.
Yeah, at that point, I'm just believe every time he comes to base. Yeah. I'll just be worried every time he comes to base. I'll be like, all right, bro, whatever you do, just don't do it again.
But everybody was in it, like, he was like, yo, like, the guy who got knocked, like, he needed to be humble. Like, he's just been a dick all year. Like, but we saw a fight at the Phillies game too. I forgot to mention that.
Like the players or?
No, like in the stand. Literally, like in front of where we were standing, there was like an argument or whatever.
Moments like that are so funny because I feel like there's sometimes where you like don't even notice it, and the next thing you know, you see people just shuffling. You're just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes when you see the startup, you hear people talking, and you're just like saying shit back, and you're just like looking at it the whole time. And then as soon as you just had to punch, just like, oh.
Yeah. So I had peeped it first, like in the stands. So we were like obviously outside of it, but we're just like looking over everything, and I just heard like a husky voice, and I was like, where's that coming from? And it was like dead up, like right here in my like line of vision. He was talking shit to I don't know who at the time. And he was like, yo, like, fuck out of here, like, watch your mouth or whatever, like, something like that. So then the lady that was her section, she started calling people. And then they got like, escorted out. And there was just cops and everything, like, right there talking. I guess they were trying to hear both sides. And, yeah, like, after that, it was kind of, like, mellowed out. Nothing, like, no hands were thrown, nothing like that. But they was like shoving, trying to get at each other. They were like, "Yo, I fucked you up." And it was kind of messed up because like we were watching this happen. Me and Quinn, like, we like, oh shit, like it was about to go down. Like,
about to see 2 shows today.
But the guys were going at it. Some ladies was with them, and I guess the ladies were trying to look at me, Tom. You're not like this. Calm down.
Eat your Snickers.
Look at me. Look, you're not. This is not you. Okay.
Are you hungry?
So it was a bunch of that. But like she had caught some hands on her. She got shoved out the way by some dude. And then she just bawling her eyes out. I'm like, oh my God, like this is why you just stay out the fucking way. Like,
imagine she's the one who starts fighting.
Yeah.
She got shoved. You shoved me. Just turns it around. Howdy.
but yeah, it's like that's one thing I was like, I get it, like to try and like if you somebody was like, yo, like relax, it's not worth it. But don't get in the middle. Like don't put yourself in the middle ever. And that's because it's one of those swinging, you're getting hit first. Like
most I'll do is put my arm there.
yeah, or don't put hands on the other party. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I'll
Stick to your party because if you do that, that's causing like, oh, if you step in, that means somebody from their side.
Who's you?
Yeah, like somebody from their side is gonna step in. So always just take care of your people.
Yeah, I'll put my arm out, but if you got like the monster strength going on and just push out the way, I'm like, oh,
Like nah.
I'm like, look,
Sure,
I tried.
Shirt's getting pulled. Like nah.
At that point, it's like shit, bro. At this point, I don't know what I can do. I can't grip your whole shirt at this point. You're like, yeah, so
I don't understand. It's like, oh, bro, come on.
It's like, oh, now it turns to a crying.
Yeah.
Crying.
So, babe, no. Babe, I'm sorry.
Just gotta do what I gotta do, you know? This guy gotta do it. We gotta handle our business.
It's men's business.
It's like it's a baseball.
Yeah, like
what do you do? Step on your shoe?
yeah, like and they weren't even that near each other. I guess he was just heckling or I don't know what. Or they know somebody. But you know how people are. You could tell that what the one side that was like they were drunk and the other side was calm. And once again, they were. So I know whose side I was on. You know? Just not even off of that, just the fact that you could tell who was being calm in that situation, who was defending themselves, and who was being like the asshole in the situation. But yeah, it didn't escalate too bad. But at one point, I don't know if they was a part of it, but these two kids, they had not kids, but like
What to say?
they're younger than
They
us.
start
Like
jumping on their backs.
they were like, nah. So they had came up, and Quinn was like, yo, look. When they got to the top of the stairs, they both like pulled their pants up. So me and Quinn was like, oh, he about to swing on board like from behind, like this shit about to get weird. And he just
really did.
yeah, like he was like, but he kept walking. I was like, if that would happen, I'm like, oh my God.
I just want to fight. I don't even
Yeah.
know y'all. I'm just ready for the smoke. I was looking for a fight. That's why I came.
It's like you're seeing the sounds like people think that I just fight to save the day, but really I just like to fight. I like to fight people. It was like that,
Damn.
but yeah, that was a lot of fighting. And then there was the Nate Diaz Jake Paul fight. I don't know if you saw that. That was a waste of fucking time.
I, to be honest, was never gonna watch that because it's Jake Paul. So
I mean, I ain't paid for it. I just watched it.
oh, I mean,
That's
yeah.
right. There was Nate Diaz was there. He just did not care at all. He just got his bag and dipped. The fight before that was way better than anything else.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you know, I feel like those are the people who are actually trying to make a presence, regardless of like the type of like people. I guess are fighting like YouTube based and all
Yeah.
that. But I feel like those people are a little bit more like, okay, I actually want to like show myself as like, you know, someone who could fight. Whereas the main event is really just like, okay, who has more fame? Okay, obviously we're gonna make them win, and then you know we're gonna rig the fight so that. Yeah, sadly to say.
The fight before that was actually real boxers. It was 7 division champion Puerto Rican boxer Amanda Serrano. She was ass. And she was piecing her up. Couldn't knock her down, but like she was piecing this girl up. It was bad from the start. So she defended her title once again. She's top 3 in the world, so she a baller. But another thing I want to ask you before we get out of here, because surprisingly we were running out of time. I don't know if you've seen this or like been a part of it on the internets and the interwebs. I know you're not as in touch as you used to be these days. I know you're getting a little older, you're getting a little up there. But there's been this discussion, I don't know what, of like being able to land an airplane. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're only proving my point.
I get on Twitter when I can. That's where I usually get all my news from.
So there's been this discussion, and I guess people are a little overwhelmed by the answers that are happening here because there's been this thing where men have been saying, like an overwhelmingly number of men have been like, yeah, I could land a plane if I needed to. And women are just like, no, you fucking can't. Like, this is just preposterous level shit.
Yeah.
So first I want to ask you, set the scene here. So if you were in a situation where, like, say you on like maybe one of them smaller planes, or like if you're in a commercial flight,
Okay.
and the guy goes down like on some Key and Peele shit. It was like, we're going down, and like he just passes out.
Dropping.
But you have access to like the radio where they can help you and shit. Do you think that you could be guided or like at least learn how to like land the plane in an emergency situation to the point where you survive? I'm not saying we're like you gotta fucking nail it. It's just like
the needle.
yeah, like it's just you land it and everybody gives off no casualties.
Okay. How much time do I have?
However high up you guys are, what is it, 20,000 feet for an airplane?
Okay.
Once you're dropping, you're dropping. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Depending on your velocity, I don't know how much room you got to the ground.
What's our destination?
So, all right, I got you. So the scene is it's November 12th of our year and Lord Savior 2023.
Okay.
It's a cloudy day, but it's not a rainy day, and it's not a sunny day either.
Some turbulence there.
4:30 p.m. You left Philadelphia International Airport on your way to LAX in California.
Okay.
But you're only 2 hours into your flight. So you're like just about over Texas, but not near New Mexico.
Okay.
And that's important. That's important to the story. Can you land that plane?
Okay. So we're basically falling down in Texas area at this
Yeah.
point. Okay.
Cruising over it, Oklahoma City, you know what I mean?
Got you.
Making your way to Nevadas and the New Mexicos where it's a lot of desert land.
Yeah.
But you don't have time to make it there. You're over Texas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if I have a radio and somebody's talking to me and we're talking more commercial flight, I would say probably, but I'm not gonna lie. The first 15 minutes, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. I don't think you have 15 minutes, Mark.
First 5 minutes, I'm freaking the fuck out. Yeah, I would.
Start all the radios and buttons going all.
Once I hear the fucking the mask drop in the back, I'm just.
You got people in the row. Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm Mr.
Baby's
Krabs,
crying.
just like what's going on, and yeah, I guess I'm the one who's rushing up there to get the controls. I think
Give me a percentage.
Percentage of me actually doing that. I would have to say 50.
50? Okay.
Unfortunately, because I'm not going to say that I can do this 100%, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to just completely fail and say, fuck it, no, I'm just giving up.
Yeah, I mean, you got to try.
Exactly. So,
I don't know why I'm the only option here, but...
yeah, I know. I don't know why everybody else isn't trying, why this young adult is deciding to say, let me take the wheel.
200 people on the flight, most likely, and none of them went to pilot school.
Exactly. And I'm just like, you know what? I think I've played enough video games. I think I know what to do.
I've played Battlefield.
I've
flown a helicopter in GTA.
I've flown that close to the ground and still pulled it off. But I'll probably say 50%. But I'm not gonna make any promises to people in the seats. So I ain't gonna let them know we going land safe. If it gets to a point where I know it's not happening, I'm like, bro, open the hatch.
You're ready to time the jump.
Yeah, everybody get ready because I couldn't do it, and I'm not gonna let y'all down. I probably would say no. It's more than no, but just because they'll probably talk to me as much as they can and try to guide me, and I probably will get a hang of the flying. But I think it's the more of the landing part to try to actually land right
smoothly.
I think I would probably fuck up so bad on that because you're going so fast yet you don't feel it. But yeah, because just when you land on somebody who's professionally trying to do it,
sometimes that shit.
When you hit, you be like, I'll be moving. I'm like, yo, what the hell? So if I was to actually do that, that wheel's probably coming off. The front's probably just dropping, and yeah, I don't know. But, strap on. Hope you survive.
Yeah, that shit.
So what do you think?
I'm gonna be real with you, Mark. It's definitely lower than 50. But for the both of us, let's just say that. Especially for one of them big Johns. I don't think I can do it. One. But I saw this video and the guy who was like, yo, I'm actually a pilot. I've been seeing the conversation go on. I'm gonna just let y'all know what y'all really getting into. And he was like, the chances of this happening in a commercial flight is less than 0. he was like, it's not happening. Like, chances are it's not happening. You already have a co-pilot. Like, if you're going down, they would both have to die. Which is not happening.
I know, it's kind of funny because I'm thinking in my head, like, what if they just randomly just pass out? Like,
Yeah.
they're just both just, and then just, they just somehow like just aren't awake anymore.
But he was like, it'd be like, say, maybe even it would still be less likely, but if it would happen on one of those smaller planes where like, you know what I'm talking about, like the ones that are just like one person, maybe two people on it.
So though that point, I probably would say is a little bit higher, only because like I have more of a view of what's around me,
Mhm.
So also the less pressure, the fact that there's other like 50 people in the plane, but just the idea that I can see more, so I can like tell, okay, like how close I am to the actual ground, and it's just like I can see more of like around where I need to be at. So that one I'll probably say it's like 55%. but still, I think that'd be a bit better.
So he showed us like a photo of like what the pilot seat looks like in one of those planes and like what everything does. He explained it. After watching that, I feel like I can pull it off. Not entirely. I still say it was like 20% for me.
But is it more so the idea of like it's easier than you think, because it's just like I feel like, because I've been in an actual like the front of the plane before, like a long ago when I was younger. We like went up there with my brother, but and you see all those freaking buttons.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking
but
like
but on the smaller one, it's not that to that extreme.
Oh, it was the smaller one.
Yeah, he showed us the smaller one. The commercial planes is like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's like looking at an elevator type, like buttons like top to bottom.
That's what I was talking about, because I wasn't sure. But yeah, that I wouldn't know like what to do with all those buttons.
But I also feel like a lot, like Quinn's mentioned it too. He's like I feel like a lot of those buttons are probably like pre-takeoff buttons. Like you probably like after you're up in the air, there's probably like 10.
That's what I'm saying. Like
So,
it's easier than you think,
The guy's
because
first like, yo, like just keep your eye here, here, and here.
and that's it.
But like he was like, yo, like you got 6 gauges on the smaller plane. One of them tells you if you're like flying flat, like your wings are flat. The other one tells you if you're ascending or descending. The other one tells you how fast you're going. And there was like 3 others that I forget. But he explained it like really, really well, which made me feel like obviously I'm not doing this shit. Like I would,
This man about to go out and buy a plane.
yeah, I'm not doing that. But at least the way he explained it made me feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea.
So if ever, have to fly a plane.
So he started going through. He's like, yeah, like, and then if you want to descend, you like, I believe you pull the steering wheel and it goes down. Or if you want to go up, you
That's
push
the only
it
thing
in.
I ever know.
Yeah, like it was just like I was like, yo, like this. He makes it, and then it's like, if the radio, you just hit this button that says like intercept, and it tells the tower where your location is. You tell them where you're at, and they'll talk you through it. And I'm like, yeah, like this ain't so bad, despite the fact that like you might die. The controls in and of themselves seems very easy. The difficult thing is I feel like it's just one of those things where you need multiple things of practice to get good at it. First try, learning everything in the air, your life is hanging in the balance. It's very difficult. Respect the pilots, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I watched that video and I watched the episode of Drake and Josh when they were skydiving in the helicopter and he did it. So I feel like I could do it. He's like, it's like, what was it? That guy passed out and like threw him off with a parachute or something. And they ended up jumping.
I think they like bumped him by accident
and knocked them out.
Yeah, he like hit him with his
They were
butt.
fighting. Yeah.
And then he just like kicked them out.
But that was a helicopter, wasn't it? They were skydiving.
I
Or was
can't
it a plane?
remember.
I think it was a plane. You don't skydive by a helicopter.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't remember. But it's funny.
Maybe E means extra fuel. Because we ran out of gas.
Josh. Yeah, just funny you say, because I just started. Well, not just started, but me and Emily were like watching Drake and Josh and some of the episodes. And it's just
Amazing
so
show.
funny. Yeah, so funny. I saw the one where Josh got really upset at Drake because he made him late for that one. Like,
We got into like a lot of trouble.
it was just that he made him late, and it
To
was like a
school.
really important quiz
Yeah.
that day, and he was just like, "I'm done with
I'm
you."
done with you.
And that episode I always remember because it was so deep. I was
Because
like,
he remember, he realized like, yo, like I really need this boy. Like,
exactly, and I was like, "Yo, Josh is crazy, bro." He was like, "I'm done with you." I was like, "Damn, Drake really got it bad."
and it wasn't even he was mad. He was just like, yo, like I'm cool off you. Like
Yeah,
I just don't want nothing to do with you.
He was like, "I'm not mad at you. I'm just done with you.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want you in my life."
that shit probably hurt more than anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, wow."
Like, at least if he's mad, I can make it up to you. Now he's just like, yo, like I let it go. I just don't want to deal with you no more.
And then he had the audacity. I ain't gonna lie, he was kind of wild because when he went to the movie theater, she's like, "I'm not even paying for a ticket. I'm just going in." And then when the security took him out and they were like, "You know this guy?" He was like, "No."
No.
I was like, "Damn!" Like, you imagine, bro? What do you even like say after that when you come back home? Like,
Then he was like, he got into like that shower in the science room, whatever. He's like, I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry.
yeah. He was like, "I'm sorry, I made you late. I'm sorry, I ran over your bike. He's like, I'm just sorry." I was like, "Damn, Drake, she hurt." He was just like, "You want to see Drake?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Dang."
Really cool.
I was like, "Yo, this man confessed his feelings to you. Just soaking wet. Probably has some chemical disease." And he was like, "No, I'm good."
Because he wanted like a lab partner, right, or something.
Yeah, he had to switch because Josh got a new lab partner. Oh man.
We got the time, y'all. We gonna hop up out of here. Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. All the love you guys and giving us on our way to 1 million views on the channel. Almost 2,000 subs on the channel. Doing fantastic. We already crushed how much we gained in the last year. And we're gonna keep doing what we do. We're gonna keep popping out these videos like we usually do, and we love you guys and we're always improving. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.